So I don't really know how to start this video, but my name is Luis. I used to work at an automotive dealership for like about 7 years, a couple different ones, and I quit my 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. job to do Turo full time. And then I kind of went into private rentals, and now I have a 12-car fleet. I own a rental company. It's a 6-figure a year business. I'm holding with the other hand, but whatever. It's a 6-figure a year business, and I'm super grateful. There's a lot of stuff. I did a lot of YouTube videos. I looked at a lot of YouTube videos before even starting. So I follow, and I've seen a lot of like the big YouTube rental car people, right? But I also feel like there's a slight little bit of, what would you call it, like they just don't tell you everything that really goes down when it comes down to, you know, running Turo and running a small rental company or a big rental company. And I'm kind of here to show you all the nitty-gritty work, you know, all the walking to the lot, which is the one we're doing right now, to pick up the car, all the car washes, everything you kind of have to do, and everything that kind of happens just here and there. So this first video, I'm gonna start this channel, but this first video is gonna be actually just a busy ass day for me. What was it, the day before or the day after Thanksgiving? And yeah, so you guys are gonna kind of get a little sneak peek of what I do, not on a daily basis, because that day was actually very busy, but on a very frequent basis. And I'm about to pick up the car right now, so I'll let you guys go and watch the video. So we got a really busy day today. We will have pickups and deliveries starting from 8 a.m. all the way to like about 9 p.m. at night tonight. So we'll be moving around a lot, and I'll actually take today to record kind of what a day in the life of a Turo host is like. I have 12-car fleet. I have mostly economy cars, but I have a luxury. I have a couple sport sedans and coupes. And I also have a motorcycle that I rent out. So I wouldn't say I'm the smartest, because I learn a lot from watching other YouTube videos and other people, but I do have a decent amount of experience that I hope I can share with you guys, and hopefully, you know, entice you and push you guys to start your own Turo business. I used to work at a dealership like about anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. I missed out on a lot with my family because of it, and when it was time to leave, I took a leap of faith on Turo. I bought cars quitting my job, usually the exact opposite of what people do. That's actually my car as well, pulling up. But I actually bought cars quitting my job, the exact opposite of what most people try to do when they lose their income. But like I said, I took a leap of faith. I took a gamble, and thankfully it's been working out. So I just kind of want to show you guys my experience and what Turo is like for me, because I feel like not a lot of people, a lot of hosts will show you kind of like the good sides, but they won't really show you the hard work that goes into it. To be honest, starting Turo, I thought it was very passive income, like how a lot of people say, and it is, if you don't make it into a business. You know, if you have just one car, then it makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier to, you know, to handle, to manage. But with a 12-car fleet comes a lot of, you know, time negotiations, time management. And it's not as hands-off as people make it seem. So this is what we'll be doing today, actually. Check this car out. Bam. Got my stuff to dry and stuff. But look, this is the Camry. This one's getting picked up at 8 in the morning, and then my Outlander should be coming in somewhere from there. That one's getting picked up at 8:30. So let me take care of this car first. As soon as this one's done, we'll keep on recording. We'll get a little review on the Outlander, make sure that it's all nice and everything. But yeah, I like to keep my cars clean. That's one big thing about me. I am a neat freak, I guess. I like to give out clean cars, even if I have to work my ass off to, you know, make sure it looks good. But yeah, see you guys in a little bit. So check it out, we got the Camry done. Camry's washed, clean, detailed, and vacuumed. Wheels are nice and whatever this does, makes it shiny, right? Wheels not nice and shiny. We also have our Outlander. This one leaves us well at 8:30 in the morning. A few things we got to take up out of it, but cool little 7-seater, and it looks real good. One of the big reasons why people like it. Nice and spacious. That's my pops. Boom. So we just got these two cars cleaned up. We're actually gonna go gas this car up, give it to our client. It's a lot behind her house, and then this one gets picked up 30 minutes after. I believe this one needs to get gassed up too. So we'll be taking care of both of these and then letting them go to their respective clients. All right, so check it out. This is the lot that I do all my pickups and drop-offs on. It's in walking distance from my house, so it makes it real easy. Whenever I have to meet up clients here, I basically just let them know through Turo, or I send them a text to let me know when they're about 10 minutes away. That way I can bring the car out here. This client should be arriving sometime soon. Car's all gassed up, all cleaned up. Here's a couple tips when it comes down to cleaning the cars. Obviously, everybody knows how to clean a car, but one of the most important things, I think, are the windows. Whether it's to the inside or outside, if you have foggy or dusty windows, no matter the rest of the car, the guests will always notice the windows. That's one of the main things. So I clean windows inside and outside. The reason why I clean them inside is because I got kids and they put their little gremlin fingers all over my windows, you know? So I try to make sure that I have it as nice as possible. Another thing is, obviously you don't have to disclose this with your clients, but one of the most important things is always having trackers on the cars. Whatever tracker you go with, there's not something I specifically recommend, but whatever trackers you go with, it's just always a good feeling of peace knowing that you can find your car if you ever need to. We've done probably close to like 300 trips. I've never needed to use the tracker, but it's just, like I said, peace of mind knowing that it's there. Gas should always be filled up. You should never give your car to a client with no gas or with little gas. As you can tell, full tank, baby. But this is how we expect it back as well. All right. It helps with Turo because when you take a picture of the dash, which you should always be taking a picture of the dash, it lets you know the mileage and the gas that you're giving the client with. It makes it easy for reimbursements. So if the client gives their car back with no gas or little gas or less gas than what you gave them, right? You don't make a big deal. You just, hey, you know what? Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed your trip. You know, I'm always friendly. I've come from customer service jobs. So customer service goes a really long way. You're not just renting a car, you're meeting a friend, or you're making a friend, and well, here is the client. All right, so this is the Mitsubishi Outlander I was telling you guys about. It's a cool little 7-seater. This is the 2022. It gets rented out actually a lot. And we're actually on our way to John Wayne Airport right now because we have a client that is landing. His flight lands at 8:32. So here's a gem for you guys, for especially, you know, if you're freshly starting off and you're trying to, you know, get into the rhythm of things. One thing I do, and this is a huge gem, it fully changed the way I do airport pickups and drop-offs, is you have to ask, you have to ask for their flight number. Why? Because obviously when the client is in the air, he can't text you back. So he can't tell you, hey, my flight is an hour ahead, or hey, my flight is an hour delayed. That's number one. Time management is really important when it comes down to doing this, running this business, right? You're supposed to have a good grip on time. So ever since I started asking my clients for their flight numbers, I'm able to see if they land early. I'm able to see if they land late. I'm able to see all that information, right? And the reason why this is important is because I think about it this way. Let's say I pay premium price to have a car, you know, pick me up at the airport at, I assume I'm landing at 12:30. However, my flight is an hour and a half early, right? So instead of landing at 12:30, now I'm landing at 11. Do you think that client is gonna be happy having to wait a whole hour for you when it comes down to, you know, getting the vehicle? No, obviously the client is not gonna be happy doing that. Even if they tell you it's okay, it's not okay. Me personally, I wouldn't like that. Like, I understand, you know, hey, maybe my fault, I didn't tell my host, you know, my flight number or anything, but I would personally not like that. Having to wait at an airport for an hour and a half for my ride to get here, very, very, you know, bothering. So that's one big thing I always try to focus with my clients. I always ask them for their flight number because I can track when they're landing. And it just makes everything so much easier. Sometimes clients, you know, book their cars, you know, an hour after, and then on top of that, their flight lands a whole hour and a half before. So now, instead of an hour and a half of waiting, now they're waiting for 2.5 hours. You think that client is gonna want to leave you a good review at the end of it? No, that's the only thing they're gonna worry about and think, like, damn, am I gonna have to wait that long again? No, obviously not when you ask them for their flight number. Now you can manage properly when it comes down to your time. So asking for their flight number is such a huge thing. It's made it so much easier when it comes down to, you know, meeting up with clients and getting there at the right time. All right, so check it out. This is another one of my cars. This is actually the car I started this whole thing with, the 2023 Kia Forte. Once again, my pops. So let me tell you guys real quick. This is the car that we actually just came back from John Wayne Airport with. I wasn't able to record because it was very, very fast and it was a little tough. But we dropped off the Mitsubishi Outlander and my pops followed me in this car to bring us back here. Now this car, and I'll show you guys my other car over there, they both leave at 10 a.m. today from our back lot, right? So my dad's, we came back here. We came with the washcloths and everything. So we're gonna get this car taken care of. But let me show you guys my other car real quick that also leaves at 10 from the same lot. 2021 Dodge Charger. I ended up picking this one up. This is probably the second car or third car I picked up. I picked up also the Dodge Charger and a Honda Accord at the same time. That's my little brother in there. He was helping me take care of this one because I didn't know we were gonna make it back in time. But both this one and that one get picked up, like I said, today at 10. Another client just called me actually, so I had to end the video and start this one all over again. But another client just called me to let me know that they're already on the lot a little bit earlier to drop off our Toyota Camry. So we're gonna go over there, we're gonna pick up our lot. This car's already done. We're gonna take this one. My brother's gonna help my dad. And yeah, we're just basically, that's kind of how it is. We just try to figure things out and try to go, you know, as just kind of go with the flow and try to make everybody happy as best as we can. All right, so check it out. That's our client right there leaving, right? But boom, we came in the Dodge Charger because my little brother ended up finishing that one up, and we picked up our blue Camry. Color's really, really popular. Unfortunately, we did get it with cool little key mark, so we'll eventually take care of that. But our clients gave us some fresh bread, fruit snacks, and like macaroni and cheese, which is really cool. Honestly, I'm glad we were able to get this on video. This doesn't happen all the time, but this happens a decent amount of times, you know, not all the time, but a decent amount of times. And we'll get chocolates, we'll get a whole bunch of stuff. I remember last time we picked up my Outlander, the client gave me like stickers and everything to give to my daughters. So it's really nice. It's a really nice feeling sometimes when we get that. And but this is our lot. This is where we conduct business. 5600 Crescent Avenue out here in Buena Park. It's a cool little church lot. They share this lot with us, so it's very, very nice. We're gonna take this one home. This one should get washed in a little bit, and this one we're actually gonna leave here. We're gonna park it right up here, get a cool little picture for the Instagram. But this one we're gonna leave here because this one gets picked up, if I'm not mistaken, in about 30 minutes. And usually clients coming in for cars like these aren't really late. They would much rather be on time or even earlier. So we'll take care of this, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. So the Charger gets picked up, and as I'm taking a picture of it, I realize that this headlight is off and this one isn't. So I do have extra bulbs, but now they don't really match. But that's the best I can do right now, as long as there's lights coming out of both of them. that's just the most I can do. The client gets here in 5 minutes to pick up the car, and I gotta put the intake back properly. So here's another thing that I guess you should really keep in mind. When your business revolves around cars, you should have at least some type of slight car knowledge, whether it is from, you know, just knowing how to do an oil change, to just simple filter replacements and stuff, or changing headlights, because obviously I'm not going to take it to a shop right now, but you know, it's the best we could do. So that's something that we're going to work with. Hopefully client doesn't notice. Yes, things like this do happen, but we tried our best to work with them. And this is kind of how it really is. This is the real deal. There's no like sugar coating. I'm not a YouTuber, so you won't really see me put crazy amounts of efforts to making these type of videos. But you know, I'm very real, and I feel like that's something that you know, a lot of these videos lack. I got into this thinking it was a little bit different, and I'm just kind of making the best of it, just kind of going as I see fit. But yeah, we're gonna close this. At least both headlights work. Car's ready to go. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. And both clients actually told me for the Kia Forte and for this one that they're 5 minutes away, so we'll be taking both of these cars right now. So check it out, we got both the Charger and the Kia Forte here. And actually the client's pulling up. But yeah, both cars are getting picked up by two different clients, and that's gonna be pretty cool. We get this happening a lot, which is, it makes us feel pretty good about it now. So they're both clean, they're both disinfected, and they're both ready to go, filled with gas. Hello, how are you doing? You always gotta be friendly. It's actually our Mustang right there coming up. But yeah, it's been a couple hours since our last clip. We're actually walking to our lot because our Mustang's about to get dropped off. We probably won't do it right now, but we still got to wash that Mustang and then bring it right back over here because it gets picked up at 4 p.m. 57,542. So they put about 500 miles on the vehicle, right? The client actually told me, rule number one, you don't ask the client what they're gonna do with your car or what they plan to do with your car. That's a big no-no. I understand it's your car, but once you give it to the client, as long as they follow Turo's rules, it is none of your business what they do with the vehicle, right? However, Thanksgiving just passed, so I did ask the client, hey, you know, what'd you do for Thanksgiving? And he told me that he actually went to go visit family in Arizona with this car. He loved it. There was a lot of traffic, but the car was perfectly fine. It did exactly as it needed to do. He had fun with the car, and that's basically all it is. We see a lot of new hosts when they first start their Turo journey or their car rental journey. They're very scared and they're very like skeptical. They're like constantly tracking their cars. Man, honestly, nowadays we don't even check the tracker app unless there's a reason for us to check, or unless just because, you know, we want to see where their cars are at. But besides that, there's really no reason for us to ever check out our tracker app unless we're, you know, actively tracking a car. Our client returned the car a little dusty. It's okay, it doesn't matter. We do have a wash pass, right? You've seen us at the car wash already. But one thing I recommend, and I believe is definitely very important, is having a wash pass, like something like that. You know, reason being is because it saves so much time being able to wash 2-3 cars at the same time. I understand there's a lot of people that are going to tell you or tell me, hey, you know, it damages the paint on the car. Buddy, if I really cared about that car that much, I would not be renting the car. So it doesn't matter, you know, unless you have some $100,000 plus car. There's really no reason why you should not be using a drive-through car wash, especially one that has like a monthly pass. I pay $17.99, so $18 a month on all 12 of my cars, and they all get washed all the time. Easily cars get washed twice a week. Maybe every car gets washed like about twice a week, maybe even a little bit more. But yeah, that's basically it. You got to check out on Turo. Make sure you put the mileage. I walk around my vehicle, make sure the vehicle is still nice and in good condition. You're also able to tell right off the bat by just how your client, you know, is when you interact with them. This is the important part about interacting with your client, is because I feel that you can easily see a lot of the things that you should, or your red flags basically from a client, you know. So just by the small interaction with them, you can kind of see what they're planning on doing with the vehicle, based off the car they come in. You know, if they're driving in a beat up car that you could tell has been in a couple accidents, sometimes it does get you a little weary. You know, you are a little nervous about it, but thankfully we haven't really had too many accidents. What I'm gonna do from now on actually is from now on, I'm gonna, whenever we have an accident or something like that, I'm gonna show you guys what the process is. I've been able to get down almost all my processes. The only one I struggle with, and it is a pain in the butt to deal with, is tires. I don't understand how to make my Turo clients pay for tires that are under my $250 deductible, because most of my cars were just $250 deductible, and it's something I recommend up until you start moving or making really big gains monthly, or you have a big monthly income from your cars. It is something I recommend staying with, because it is a lot less headache. And up until I feel like up until you're fully mastered on everything, it is a little unnecessarily risky to take higher deductibles, because you could have, you know, that just unfortunate week where you get 2 car accidents. And I know people that are in the $2,500 plan, right? That's $5,000 out of your pocket, and that's insane. That would definitely bring down a lot of people, especially if you're starting off. So those are the little few tips here and there that, you know, I recommend. Like I said, I'm about to check this car out on Turo, full tank and everything. I'm happy with how the guest returned the vehicle, so there's nothing there. And I definitely recommend pushing private rentals and getting you guys into private rentals, because it makes so much more money. And once you have a decent clientele, a decent client base, man, you know, some of the private rentals definitely help out a lot. Like, for example, right now, my Kia Sorento, I have a Kia Sorento that is unlisted on Turo because it has a recall. It has a recall for a bracket on the back camera. And because of that, Turo has taken it down. Now, had I not already worked and kind of found my way on how you do and how private rentals work, that would be very scary, because then I would be paying insurance and the monthly car payment on a car that I, you know, can't make money on or can't use or anything. So thankfully I was able to get that car rented out privately. It'll be back on the 27th. Client paid $425 for it. It's actually a little bit over the monthly payment on the car. So don't have to worry if that car sits for the rest of the month. It's okay. It's not a loss. And that's one thing that I believe is definitely very important. Try to minimize the amounts of losses you take. Life is definitely going to throw some curveballs at you, and you just got to know how to work with it, you know? But yeah, I'll let you guys go. We have a few more things to do, so this clip will be a little bit longer, but we have to wash this car. The Toyota Camry that recently came in is already washed. That gets picked up at 6 p.m. This gets picked up at 4 p.m. And then at 8 p.m. we get our Honda Civic back. So I'll introduce you guys to our Honda Civic as well. For now, deuces. So it's been a couple of hours, I think, since our last clip. And I think I started the last clip just like that too. But anyway, we're actually on our way to go wash the Mustang. It gets picked up in a little bit under an hour. So we got to give it a nice little wash inside, outside, make sure everything's all nice and clean, detailed. And we'll be getting picked up. Oh, that's a nice looking Lucid right there. That's pretty badass. But yeah, the vehicle will be getting picked up at 4. Like I said, you don't gotta worry about gas. Gas has already been filled up. It's staying within the area, so there's really not a reason to put extra gas into it. And yeah, this one's very, very simple. It just gets picked up. The Camry also gets picked up at 6. That one's already clean as well, the blue Camry. And then we just got a text from our client for the 8 p.m. drop-off on the Honda Civic. Now, I think I have a little different stand than most people when it comes down to this. But for example, if the client is asking for an extra hour, right? I'm usually not the type to like make them change it or make them have to pay for it. First off, usually, or at least in this case, that extra hour is still part of like within his third day, I believe, with the car, right? So me personally, I'm not making any money off of it. Turo's probably going to charge him fees because, you know, Turo's Turo, but I'm not going to make anything out of it. So why would I, if I'm not going to make anything out of it regardless, why would I leave like a sour taste or like you know, a sour aftertaste in the client's mouth that they have to extend for that extra hour? It's not a fucking big deal, you know? So I just let it slide. Like I tell him, he just texted me. He told me, hey, I just don't want to get caught up in the traffic for coming back. And you know, would I be able to get an extra hour? Is that cool with you? I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. Don't even worry about it. Just let me know, you know, when you're about 10 minutes away from the lot, and I'll head out to pick up the car to meet you. So if you're not getting anything out of it, there's no reason, I feel, why you should make the client pay extra, because Turo's for sure going to charge them extra fees. And well, why? You know, why am I putting more money in their pocket? I don't know. You know, that's just me personally. I wouldn't do that. So we're here, about to wash the car, get it taken care of real quick. I'm gonna get all the pictures taken, update the miles, and yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so I don't know if you guys have seen our Mustang already, but this is what it looks like. It's a cool little EcoBoost. It's not nothing fancy or anything, right? But yeah, this actually got dropped off. We picked it up from here at 1 p.m. by a good friend of ours, and it's getting picked up again at 4 p.m. So right now, in a few minutes, by another client. So we got it washed, we got it clean, we got it all disinfected and everything. It looks real good, right? Focus on the windows, always focus on the windows. Make sure there's no fingerprints or anything on the windows. You want to make sure the car looks really, really good. I try to put all weather mats usually on all my cars, because it just makes it a little bit easier. I might even clean that up real quick. But yeah, that's one of the main things. Windows, and then tire shine. You gotta make sure your car has tire shine, right? It looks good, it looks brand new. So anybody that just doesn't know, they'll look at the car and be like, this is a brand new car, right? But yeah, that's something I recommend. Just waiting on the client. That might be the client that just pulled up right over there. I got my wife and kids waiting for me right over there. I'm gonna head to the park after this. But yeah, this is basically what life's like on a 12-car Turo fleet. It's not always this busy. Definitely the day before Thanksgiving, so on Wednesday and Friday, it's been very, very busy with a lot of pickups and drop-offs. But that's basically what it takes. This is basically what it takes. I got 2 more deliveries, or 1 more pickup and 1 more drop-off at the end of today, and we're done for the day. And the client is here, so we're going to be ending this video. All right, guys, so this is our last rental pickup of the day. This is our blue Toyota Camry. So this came in like around, I think it got dropped off at 10, and it's leaving now. It will be gone for the next 3 days. We washed this one, we got it taken care of as well. Full tank of gas and everything. Looks real nice. I love the blue on this car. Really good economy car. And as you can tell by most of my fleet is economy cars. I think it's very, very important to not so suddenly or quickly make the jump into, you know, something that's not an economy car. Once I figured that these will usually make you, at least on Turo, like about $1,000 a month, then I picked up 2 more economy cars to pay for the charger, just in case if that didn't work out. You know, I'd worst case scenario, get a free car. So thankfully the charger also gets booked out a lot and holds its own weight, easily making well over $1,000 a month. So, you know, that's kind of what it's like. This is kind of what you have to go through. This is kind of how it is. I'm sorry, I'm not really a YouTuber, so I'm not really good at being in camera, or you know, it's so camera friendly. I don't really know much of that, but I do know kind of how to run this, and I hope to help some of you guys, and maybe even motivate some of you guys to do some of this stuff. It's cold as hell out right now, but it's almost 9 o'clock, and that's our Civic right up there. So we're just gonna come in, pick it up, ask the client, you know, how his trip was, if the car was really good for him, you know, if he found it economic and whatnot, and yeah, we'll have a quick little conversation, and we're back home. All right, cool. So now we check the wheels real quick, make sure. Well, there's nothing there. No curb rash. Front bumper looks good. Wheels look good. Nothing wrong with the body. Little Civic looks good. Oh, she's good. All right. So I already saw the mileage. The car just hit 70,000 miles. But yeah, the car looks good. About to just basically check them out through Turo, and we're done for the day. So that was a fucking day in I guess in the life of a 12-car rental fleet owner. But yeah, follow me for more. I'm gonna be posting more just raw content. That's honestly why I don't think this might work. I don't think this will pick up too much traction, but I mean, if it does, I guess that's good. You could always count on me to just kind of keep it real with you guys. And yeah, you know, if you guys got any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'll go through them. I'll see what I can answer. And then, you know, if there's something I'm doing wrong that you guys know, please chime in. Let me know. You know, help a brother out. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Deuce.